Hi everyone, this is the story of the School of Flavius. I'm very sorry I'm away today because one of my daughters isn't feeling very well, so I'm just going to translate this for you and hopefully it'll be useful for you as we go through. Quintus, ad ludum lente ambulat. Quintus is walking slowly to school and often he stops, but Horatia proceeds quickly. She arrives first, ad ludum, motion towards, ad plus the accusative. She arrives first at school and she greets the girls who are manent, plural, because it's got the nt, who are waiting next to the door. She has a long conversation with Julia, Puella Valde Pulcra, a very beautiful girl. Quintus sees his friend in wea, that's ablative because it follows in, the preposition in, and it's not motion towards, called Gaius. He calls him. Gaius hurries to school, but when he hears Quintus, he stops and he says, Quid facis, what are you doing, Quintus? Facis, second person singular, quinte, that is a vocative noun that we learned most recently when you're addressing someone. You ought, festinare. What kind of word is that? It's an infinitive, you will know. You ought to hurry. You are coming late to school. I, we talked about that. I, the stressing, hence the ego. I am hurrying. Festino, the O tells you it's first person singular, but the ego is stressing it. Quintus responds, we are not coming late to school. Venimus, imus, first person plural, Gaius, vocative. He orders Gaius manere, infinitive, to stay. He is anxious, but he waits, and so Quintus and Gaius proceed slowly to school. The other boys jam adsunt. The other boys are now present. The teacher, e janua exit, goes out from the door, e janua. E janua actually is going to be an ablative because it follows the preposition out of, and he orders them. As soon as you see orders, look for these words with an re, they are infinitives. To enter, first conjugation infinitive, and sedere, that line above it tells us it's a second conjugation infinitive. The boys want ludere, to play, third conjugation infinitive. The boys want to play, the girls, laborare, to work. The teacher, when he sees neither Quintus nor Gaius, is angry and he shouts, why are Quintus and Gaius not present? Why are they coming late? At last Quintus and Gaius entrant, plural, third person, enter, and they greet the teacher, magistrum, accusative singular. But he, change of subject, hence the ille, shouts, cursero, why are you, second person plural, why are you late? Why are you coming late? You are estis, you are bad boys. He orders them, sedere, to sit down quickly. They sit down for a long time. Sorry, the children, the boys sit down for a long time and they listen to accusative, singular, the teacher. For a long time, the teacher, magister, nominative, shouts, and he, docet, teaches the literas, accusative, plural, he teaches the letters. The boys write their letters in tabulis, ablative, on their writing tablets. The teacher looks at the writing tablets, accusative, plural, and he corrects the letters. Decimus, a big and stupid boy, discit, learns his letters, agre, with difficulty. The teacher orders him to bring the writing tablet, fere, infinitive, to him. He looks at the writing tablet. Decimus, vocative, he says. You are an idiot. Scribis, you are not writing your letters correctly. Decimus says, Eras, you are wrong, second person singular. You are wrong, teacher. I am not an idiot. I am not an ass. I am writing my letters, scribo, the O tells us first person singular. Look, eke, that's an imperative, it's an order. Look. He writes his letters again, but Flavius says, you are rude, Decimus, and an ass. You are not writing your letters correctly. For a long time, the children are working. At last, Julia says, we are working diligently, teacher, she says. We write our letters well. We sumus, like nous sommes in French. We are tired, and so you ought, as soon as I see you ought, I look for an infinitive. Here it is, dimittere. You ought to send us home. Flavius looks at her kindly. Am, a pronoun, accusative, singular. Indeed, or yes, he says. You are working diligently, children. Laboratis, second person plural. And so I order you, I see a ubeo, so I'm looking for an infinitive, abere, to go away home. The others hurry home happily, but Flavius orders Decimus, manere, infinitive, to wait in ludo, ablative, in the school. You, Decimus, he says, ought to write your letters iterum again. And so Decimus sadly sits in ludo, ablative, in the school, while the others play in the street. Very well done. I look forward to seeing you next week.